All right, I guess I'm back. How you guys doing today? Anthony Conklin here. I'm a transformational, keynote motivational speaker. I spent 25 years in corporate America and over 27 years in the entertainment space. I hope you guys are doing really, really well today. I want to do this Facebook Live to talk to you about something that I've had a lot of experience with, and I've also spoken to other people in corporate America. I've spoken to my customers, I've spoken to colleagues, I've spoken to friends, and I've spoken to other entrepreneurs about valuing your time. Now, when you think of networking, what's the thing that you think of most? I know that I think of, okay, how many people can I meet in the shortest period of time and accomplish three things? Now, some of you may say, oh my gosh, networking, I have to do my research and I don't know what to say. I'm a little shy. I might say the wrong thing. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to think that way. You don't have to make it such an overwhelming task. And for some of you that are introverts, that are a little shy about engaging with people, no need to be like me, being over the top or very energetic or very in your face. You just have to be confident. And the thing you have to do, which is the most important thing, is you have to plan. Okay, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about planning. And the goal that the goal of today's live stream is to have you walk away with action items for you to maximize 15-minute meetings. Now, I probably go to about 12 conferences a year, which is about one a month. This year, I'll probably do about 10 conferences, and I always try to maximize as much as I can out of each conference. I'm in the investment acquisition space, in the solar energy space for utility scale solar projects. So I do a lot of research on projects that we can acquire, we can build, and then we can sell for profit. I'm also a motivational speaker, so I do a lot of research on different industries and some of the challenges that they face. So I always want to make sure that I'm well prepared with three important things before I go into a 15-minute meeting. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why do I have to have a 15-minute meeting? Why can't it be 30 minutes? Why can't it be an hour? Why can't it be 5 minutes? Well, because usually after the first 5 minutes of a meeting, you're going to determine whether it's going to be a longer or a shorter meeting based on the person's personality, the comfort level, whether you think that they're just there to take your card, or if you're there to add value and walk away with some action items. Usually you grab that within the first 5 minutes. And typically you can accomplish major things in a 15-minute period. People say, well, can I grab you for 5 minutes? Well, 5 minutes, you're going to get to know somebody in 5 minutes. I mean, you'll get to know them in the first couple minutes, but you can talk about anything in 5 minutes, and it's a little hard to gauge or to measure what you can get out of a 5-minute meeting, unless you're really, really good at what you do. I think I'm pretty good at what I do. I know I could do better, but for the purposes of this stream, I want to talk to you about 15-minute meetings. What can you do to get the most out of a 15-minute meeting? And here's step number one. Before you even decide that you want to meet with somebody, you always want to do your research. Find out who the person is in the company. Where do they sit in the value chain? How long they've been with the company. Look at their LinkedIn profile. Look at their Facebook profile. Look at all of their social media background and find out, who is this person that I'm meeting with? Who is this person in the value chain of the organization? Are they a decision maker? Are they an economic influencer? Are they a price shopper? Find out who they are. So I would do the research. Then, once I've done my research, and I would encourage all of you that are going to conferences, is take a good 45 minutes to research people. I mean, you could probably get most of what you can get done in the first 35 minutes, but do your research in the first 30 minutes. Just sit down, write down who they are in the food chain, look at their LinkedIn profile. Most of the time when you get to someone's LinkedIn profile, you're going to get a lot of information. So once you get that information, do your research. The second thing that you want to do is you want to put together an agenda. So what are the things that I want to accomplish in this meeting? Like, what are the most valuable things that I want to cover? And the idea behind an agenda is to let the person know that, hey, I value your time. I also value my time. So I'm going to give you some of the things that I would like to cover. I would encourage you to keep it no more than 5 items. Because once you get past 6, 7, 8, 10 items, you're never really digging deep enough to understand whether this person is somebody you want to connect with, or someone you can connect with, and someone you both can exchange value between each other. So I would say have an agenda lined up, have 5 items that you want to cover. So research, and then the first way to value your time with somebody for 15 minutes is have an agenda. As part of number one, make sure that person agrees on the agenda. So when you meet with them, you say, here are the couple things I would like to cover today. I want to talk to you about your industry and some of the challenges that you're facing. Here are the things that we've done to address some of the challenges in your industry, and so on and so forth. But make sure they agree, because you don't want to just blast out of the gate and say, here's what I do, because then they're going to turn around and say, that's really great, so what, who cares? So you want to have your agenda lined up, bulleted, again, 5 items, and then have the person agree to it. And you can do that in the first 35 to 45 seconds after you introduce yourself and shake their hand. Once you have those agenda items lined up, then you want to ask yourself, okay, what are the 3 things I want to walk away with? What are the 3 action items I want to walk away with? What are the 3 call to actions that I want this person to walk away from? So here's an example. If I'm meeting with a project developer who is looking to sell projects to us as financiers, the 3 action items I want to walk away with for me is I want to understand how big is the project? Is the project ready for us to take? And do we have an action item to get an NDA or a non-disclosure agreement in place to give us access to the data? Their 3 action items could be is to have them go over our statement of qualifications, confirm that we've done this before, get them to know, like, and trust me. So I want to give them as much information as possible about me, my background, my success, my company, so they feel comfortable enough to give us that information. And you can cover that in the first meeting, and you can absolutely cover this in the first 15 minutes. So first thing to do is have an agenda. Have 5 items that you want to cover. Number 2 is you want to have 3, possibly 5, I would say shoot for 3 action items or 3 important takeaways or calls to action that you have and that you have given to the person that you want to meet. Because when you meet with someone and you're giving someone 15 minutes of your time, I mean, it's like taking, I mean, if you make $100,000 a year, okay, let's do the math, okay? If you make $100,000 a year, right, and you divide that by, and I'll do the math here. So $100,000 a year divided by 2,000 working hours in a year, you're worth $50 an hour, okay? And if you divide that by 4, okay, that's $12.50. That's like taking $12.50 and throwing it in the trash if you did not plan your time right. Now, if you had 20 of these 15-minute meetings, just take this $12.50 times 20, okay? You've given away $250. Now, if I gave you $250 and you threw it in the garbage, there's no value. There's absolutely no value whatsoever. You've thrown $250 away. So, getting back on point, make sure that you have 3 to 5 very important action items that you want to walk away with, calls to action for yourself and calls to action for the person that you're with. Okay, now number 3, and this is so critical, and I cannot overemphasize how important this is you need to come to this meeting offering value. Now, let's break this down. Let's say you're meeting with someone at a networking group or a conference who is either a peer or someone that you're working with. Okay, what value do you want to bring to them? The value you want to bring to them is, here's what I've done in this field before, and here's how I can help you accomplish your goals. Here are some of the things I know that have helped developers in your space or sales executives in your space or leaders in your space accomplish their goals. That's great. You're offering value. Now, let's say you're meeting with a celebrity or a high-end, well-known executive or somebody who is not a peer, someone who has been a peer. Not that they're not a peer, but they're really not a peer because they're a celebrity status. So if you're going to go meet with a celebrity, now other than going to want to fan on them a little bit, oh, they're my idol and I want to meet with them, you want to take a picture with them? Go take a picture with them. But you and 1,000 other people are waiting in line to take a picture with that person. Now, what does that prove? Now, let me just be blunt. I know a lot of you are going to get a little upset at this, but I got to be real. I got to give you the tough love here. If you go meet with a celebrity and all you want to do is take a picture with them, why would he want to take a picture with you? Just because you waited in line for 3 hours? Now, remember, take that 3 hours times the $50 an hour. That's $150 that you wasted just to get a picture with somebody else. You can get their picture online and Photoshop it and show everybody you have a picture with them. Big what, so what, who cares? Here's a way of looking at it. For me, I'll give you an example. Like one of my idols or one of the 5 that I aspire to be around would be Simon Sinek. Now, I was fortunate enough to be able to meet Simon in person, and the value that I brought to the table was, hey, Simon, I know that and I gave him 3 examples of his book, Why. As you can see, start with Why's back there. I'd like to see if we can work together in helping you spread the word of why. Now, it may resonate, it may not resonate, but it's something that I brought to the table to have him consider. I also found out by speaking to him for a few minutes by saying, Simon, I understand that you have a specific speaking style. When you go to the microphone, you start to talk. But then afterwards, when I got a chance to meet him one-on-one, literally for 2 minutes, he's actually a pretty shy person. And I said, well, how do you overcome your shyness? Because there are a lot of people in my networking group that are shy. What are some of the things that you can suggest? Now, what you're doing is you're eliciting information from them, but he's doing it to help you, not like, oh, I love you. Can you sign my book and I could be like your biggest fan? Okay? Quite frankly, he doesn't fucking care. Excuse me for my friends. He doesn't fucking care. Now, I'll give you another example. Tony Robbins, who's somebody I've been fanning on for 35 years, but I've had the very fortunate opportunity to interview him, had the opportunity to sit with Tony and ask him, Tony, you are very big in Feed America. What are some of the things that I can do and my networking group to help you to spread that word? Now, that's something of value to him because I know it's something he's vested in. So the question you want to ask yourself is, before I meet with Mr. Jones or Miss Jones or the head of Huffington Post, or if you meet with Zucks or Gary Vaynerchuk or Tony Robbins or whoever you want to meet with, or Grant Cardone, or I can name all 20 of these very famous speakers, right? What are you gonna bring to the table of value rather than saying, let me take a picture with you or sign my book? Big deal. Bring something of value to the table. Say, listen, I know that you're involved in this charity. What can I do? Or here are some things I was thinking of to help you with your charity to spread the word. You know what you're instantly going to do? You're going to separate yourself from the thousands of people waiting online just to get a picture with that guy. So here's what you do. Bring something of value to the table. Make it 1 or 2 bullet points. Find out what charity they're involved in. Find out what they like to do with their personal time. Believe me, Google has the answer to every question you want. Every question. Go to contactanycelebrity.com or findacelebrity.com. I got that from Tim Ferriss. And do some research on their publicists. Find out what they like. Find out what they do. Find out how they like to spend their time. Okay, here's an example. Tony Robbins likes Feed America. Okay, Simon Sinek is into the arts. And by the way, he had also planned to be an attorney. He was also in the advertising space. So maybe bringing him something about advertising or something about law to the table will spark his interest to listen to you. Okay, find out what your aspirations are, okay, and how you can add value to that person's life. Remember, and Tony Robbins says this, but everybody says this, the only way to be successful and have fulfillment and happiness in your life is to add more value to someone's life than anybody else can. And the only way to do that is to give it away. You got to give it away. So back to the 3 things, the 3 ways to maximize a 15-minute meeting. Number 1, have an agenda. Know what you want to accomplish going in. Have them agree to the agenda. Number 2, 5 items that you want to cover. Walk away with 3 action items for you, 3 action items for that person that you're meeting with. And 3, which is probably the most important, is what value are you bringing to the table? You want to bring them a gift? Great. Find out they like Cuban cigars, bring them a Cuban cigar. But if you're going to bring them a Cuban cigar, say, listen, this is how you've impacted my life. And I want to thank you so much. I understand you like Cuban cigars. Here's a Cuban cigar I thought you might like. Please continue the great work. You inspire me. That's bringing something of value. You're praising them, right? Like everyone else is, but you're praising and saying, oh, by the way, I've done the research and I realize you like this, so I've offered this to you. Let's say you're the person you're meeting with likes organic foods or organic drinks. Give them a $100 coupon or a $50 coupon to the organic place in their neighborhood. I know someone I want to meet with lives in Palm Beach, Florida. I sent them a beautiful flower arrangement from Palm Beach because I know they like lilies. So I sent them flowers to their house. So do the work. Do the work. Okay? That's what's important. I hope this was helpful to all of you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, my name is Anthony Conklin. I'm a transformational and a motivational keynote speaker. I spent 25 years in corporate America. I've worked for companies like Merrill Lynch and PepsiCo. I worked at the World Trade Center. I've been so blessed and grateful to work with so many different people. I had the fortunate opportunity of interviewing Tony Robbins, who's somebody who was on my bucket list for many years. And in that 30-minute meeting, he helped change my life in the way I think, not only about myself, but about how I interact with people. I've also spent 28 years in the entertainment space as an MC. I've had the very fortunate opportunity to work with people from the New York Yankees, also the New York Knickerbockers. I've worked with companies like Sharp Electronics and Samsung, and I've had the opportunity to be MCs for their events. I'd love to have the opportunity to come speak with you to help you rewire to why by asking the right questions. Your sales team needs energy. Your sales team needs inspiration. Your sales team needs strategic action items based on their why to raise their game and to sustain their growth geometrically over a consistent period of time. I'd like to be able to help you with that. So please contact me. I'm at anthonyjconklin.com. I'm right here on Facebook, facebook.com/Anthony Ace Conklin. You could also send me an email. I'm at ac@anthonyjconklin.com. I look forward to hearing from you. And as the great motivational speaker Les Brown says, you have greatness within you, because everything you have and everything you know and anything you ever wanted to know is all in here, and I'm here to help draw it out of you. Live life to the max every single day. I love you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.